hello everybody. This is January the 1st. It's New Year's Day. Can you believe that? It is January 1st, 2025. And we are just now leaving Hanson, Kentucky. And Stephen had found something on Facebook Marketplace. There's 2 in the trunk. And there's 2 back here. We're in the Cadillac. We are in the Cadillac CTS today. And, yeah, yesterday we were running around in the 350. Today, we're in the CTS.
So, today I'm not sawing the steering wheel. I'm just holding on with one hand.
It's a better ride than the 350. So
350, you have work your arms.
So 2 of these are in the back of the truck. I mean, the trunk. And then so Stephen just spent $100 on 4 big speakers. How old are these speakers, Stephen?
Well, those speakers were, their heyday was in the 90s and the early 2000s, the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s. They basically haven't been out for a long time, so. But they work great in a semi truck because you don't have to build cabinets or nothing. Just slide them in a hole and wham, there you go.
Okay, so
slide them in a hole and wham, there you go.
I had okay. Yeah. So I had asked the man that Stephen had purchased these speakers from. I had asked him in advance if he wanted.
I got a banging noise. You got your belt off?
Oh yeah, I need to put my seatbelt back on. I had taken my seatbelt off. There you go. I had taken.
Car's upset about it.
All right, I had taken my belt off to show the speakers, but I guess so the car knows that my seatbelt is off. Okay, that is pretty cool to have a sensitive car. Get my seatbelt back on. Okay, it's got a built-in sensor. I'm okay. I'm hooked in now.
It's got a built-in sensor.
Well, apparently
right there it tells you if you're sitting in there. It tells you that it's on.
All right.
It's letting you know that you're sitting in that seat.
Right.
Because there's a sensor when your butt hits it, and it knows that you're sitting in it. So therefore, you better put your seatbelt on.
I just did. So I asked the young man if he were interested in being in a YouTube video, and he said no, thank you. Because some people like it and some people don't. Some people enjoy being on camera and have no problems with being in a video. Now that's my personality. It would be kind of hard to not want to be in a video if you are a YouTuber. So it fits my personality, but this man said thank you but no thank you. So we didn't show him and we didn't show the transaction, but we have the speakers. And why do you need speakers like that for the truck, Stephen?
Well, the cabinets are a little bit bigger than I was thinking, but I can make them fit. But the stereo, the speaker system that's in those Freightliners aren't worth a darn. And the stereo that was in there would not answer my phone, nor did it have a microphone set up. So I got another stereo, and the regular speakers in the truck aren't worth a darn, and they generally aren't. And so my last Freightliner, I had these. They were littler than that, but I had this same kind of box up in that big pocket above my head. And man, they sounded great up there. They worked the whole time. The 3 years that I had that truck, they were perfect for that truck. And so since I'm changing the stereo, I wanted to put some good speakers in there, and I put the household speakers in there, but they're when AJ was a baby, he stuck his fingers through them, and so they just kind of rattle and make all kinds of noise. So they're really no good. So I've been keeping my eye out for some of those, and I seen these last week for $125. So man, and plus they were up in Hanson, and so I got paid $200 for riding out and helping that guy yesterday that bought our skid steer. He couldn't get it started, so I went out there and helped him swap the batteries and got it fired up. So he's going to take it to Florida to his mechanic down there and put new rollers on it, and new tracks and stuff like that. Just do all the maintenance on it. issues it might have with the wiring. And they're going to put cut an opening so they can get into an access door, so they can get to the battery from the outside instead of having to go through all the radiator and all that stuff. And I was telling them, while you're at it, make an access door to the air conditioner too. I told them why, because trash from the trees comes down and goes down in them holes and it gets in behind that fan, and then once it gets into that fan, it causes that fan where it can't turn, and when it can't turn, then it makes that motor get hot and it burns it out. And I said, the air conditioner is fully charged, and if it wasn't for that fan, you would have nice ice cold air conditioner. I said, so what I would do is I would put an access door there as well while you're at it, kind of thing. What I keep doing, I go, while you're at it.
Right.
You know, and so anyway, he wants to get it down to Florida so his personal mechanics can do the work on it that needs to be done, and then he's going to bring it back up in spring and do all the work that he needs to do on his property. But he couldn't get it started, so I rode over there, and I wasn't expecting to get paid. I wasn't asking to get paid, but he paid me $200. So I was like, $200. I've basically got those speakers for free. So.
Yeah.
Plus the guy knocked off $25 and met me part of the way. He came down 25 miles. So
that's right. So originally the asking.
I'm gonna put these in the truck.
The original asking price was $125. He took $100, and then he drove 25 miles to meet you.
Yep. And because they're trucker related, I gave them point by point timing. All right, we're leaving the house now. We're exactly 55 miles away. And then when we were kind of in Madisonville, I had Richie text them how many miles we were. And then we texted them again and said, oh, we're coming down the ramp. And they said, we'll be there in a minute. And I backed up, and as soon as I put it in the park, they pulled in.
That was like amazing, perfect timing. I mean, absolutely. You could not have timed it. You could not have timed that any better. You put it in park, and there they show up.
That's what you do when when you've been trucking 33 years, and that guy was about the same age I was. He'd been probably trucking that long too. You take two old truckers and you give them a time and miles, they can easily figure it all out in their head.
Yeah. And he had his father with him too, who is a retired trucker.
Yeah.
His father had been retired for 8 years from trucking. And so that was pretty fascinating. We didn't have to wait on them, and they didn't have to wait on us.
No.
It was just...
Like I said, I backed up into the hole, and as I put it in park, I looked over, and they were pulling right in.
And they were also in a Cadillac. They were in a silver Cadillac.
Yeah.
So, and we were in this Thunder Gray CTS. So.
Yeah, we got Thunder Gray.
Thunder Gray. That's the paint color.
Feel the thunder.
That's
dun, dun, dun.
That's the paint color.
Thunder Gray. Dun, dun, dun.
So let me show you these street signs. Let's see.
Yeah, I guess that the high beam blew out on this bulb. So now the low beam and the high beam went out on that bulb. So I need to. The problem is changing the bulbs on this thing. You have to take the wheel wells loose, and in the front you got to go in there and take out a bolt, and then you have to take the front of the bumper loose, and then you have to get back there and get a bolt, and then there's a bolt on the top. So basically you have to take the front bumper off to get the headlights changed on this thing. So I got so many things going on, I hadn't done it. So. But I need, and then on the 350 a headlight went out. So.
Yeah. There seems to be a common theme there.
Well, the 350 was an Amazon lens that I got for it, and it leaked and got water in it, so it blew the headlight out. Well, I need to take that out and clean it and dry it up and put some sealer around the edges. You'd think when they build stuff, they'd build a little bit better than
Well, Stephen, I heard you say you were going to have to actually trim these speakers, the cabinets down.
Well, the cabinets, these cabinets, not the cabinets in my truck, but these cabinets are a little larger than I expected them to be. I didn't think they were that big, but they are. I'll make them work.
Oh, I know you will. I know you will. You know how to do stuff like that. You're very, very good about stuff like that.
I will make them work. I have no problem. There's plenty of room in that truck for speakers. I'll get them in there.
Well, all right. So, Happy New Year, everybody. January 1st, 2025.
I believe this is everything I need to put the truck back together. And ladies and gentlemen, I plan to have it back together by the 9th. It was the 9th when I failed the inspection. The next morning, I told him it would take me a month to get everything done. And on the 9th, well, actually the 10th, will be a month from when I told him that it would take me a month. And I want to be a man of my word. And so I want the truck all back together, everything except for the alignment, because I'll have to lead to get the alignment. So by the 9th, I want to be done with the truck.
So, I'm Bumbles.
Hey, I'm Big Billy.
And together we are
Big Belly Bubbles.
Big Belly Bumbles.